All right. So, Ilea, you were just talking about it, but I was driving, so I had to wait till I was done. Can you repeat can you repeat what you were saying? So, what was you saying about you called it a conspiracy? What did you
So it's a conspiracy theory that schools are.
You have this conspiracy.
Well, yeah, that schools are actually trying to make kids dumber because there's this problem. Well, 8 plus 5. Instead of just saying 13, you would have to break down the 5 to 2 and 3 to make the 8 and 10, and then add that 3, so that it would be 10 plus 3 would get 13. So how is a 7-year-old supposed to figure that out? They can't. So just having that rule, it just confuses children more. So it just wouldn't make sense to have that if it's just confusing our brain. And they're saying as like water inside of it has fluoride, a way to like control our brain and make it.
A fluoride is supposed to be actually. There's some people that believe that fluoride is really bad for you.
Yeah. So it's a way.
So what does that have to do with what you're talking about?
Schools are so. Some people say that like in schools they have a much more, like 10 times more fluoride inside the water, like than regular water would have fluoride. A way to like kind of soften our brains as we're young, so that it weakens our minds, so it's easier for us to be controlled.
Controlled by who though?
Maybe by the government.
Yeah.
It's not really like confirmed, but I have asked my teacher, and I explained this to her, and I said, like, what's 8, like this 8 plus 5, what's this problem, and like breaking it down. And I asked her, and she said that it is a possibility that this could be happening.
Yeah.
But just having this, like, we are like in school right now, we're like doing all these problems, and teachers are just making it more difficult to have a simple problem and turn it into something difficult just because of this common core law.
So what? All right, but let's get to like the point of this. Like, why would the government want kids to be dumber? Like, wouldn't it make more sense for the government to want people to be more smarter and have smarter country? Like, why? What is your? How do you like justify to yourself to believe that is what it is?
Because the government is the one who wants the power.
Yeah.
I mean, this could go back to like so much more, like maybe even like the president, who knows. But the government might want to control us as like, I don't know, just having us controlled by them, having them be in power. And also, if you think about it, schools are not teaching us self-defense or how to defend ourselves out in the real world, something that we might need one day.
Practical skills.
Yeah. So we need those skills in life. And why aren't they teaching us that instead of teaching us all these hard problems and ways to like solve math?
So in other words, what I'm getting from this is it sounds like you're saying that they distract us with other stuff and they're not teaching us things that we can think for ourselves.
Yeah. Because I know that personally I like have I have a hard time following what they do in class, because in life, like, we're not going to have to find like the unit price for one piece of a Lego in a box of Legos if we want to buy a Lego pack, which is what we had to do. We had to find a unit price for just one block of Lego.
So what would you rather? What do you? So if it was up to you, what do you think that kids should be learning?
Kids should be learning self-defense, so better PE classes, which is helping us in the real world and actual problems that we're going to need. Math we're not going to need as much, and mainly just focus on problems that we are actually going to use, like how to calculate like lengths and areas, because one day we're going to have to get homes, so that we need to figure out ways, and if we want to get like a certain job, we're going to have to figure that out.
Makes sense.
But we're not going to ever have to figure out a unit price for something. Yes, if we're buying like a certain thing, but we don't need to figure out a unit price for one small Lego block.
So in other words, basically, to wrap it all up, you think that the school system is intentionally set up by the government in a way to dumb people down, to make us more of a slave than us to be, instead of free thinking. Is that what you're saying? Or I don't want to put words in your mouth. I'm just trying to condense it. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. Because if this like fluoride that theory is correct, then the government is really trying to just weaken our brains, really to just make us slaves or to really just control us as people, because maybe they want power. Like, who knows what they really want.
So in closing, what I wanted to say was, what do you think about people that would look at what you're saying and say, oh, that's just a conspiracy theory, that's not real?
Well, I know that some people might turn it down, and some people might think that it's true, but I mean, we have to go back to hard evidence, go back to like what we're actually doing with our lives with all these problems.
Calm down, we're almost done. Your sister's building right now. All right, we gotta wrap it up because we gotta get him.
We need to learn. We need to just.
Okay.
We're being more taught of what we don't really need in life. So we really just need to be taught what we're actually going to need in life, and not stuff that just is pointless for us to learn.
All right, we got that. We'll make another video in the future, but thank you for taking your time, young lady.